Hello viewers. You are unto justice watching TV and you're watching one of the renowned legal practitioners in Kano. Barrister A.S. Bawa, the Jarman Tokarawa. His early life struggles, challenges, and his present situation. Barrister A.S. Bawa, the Jarman Tokarawa. You are welcome to Justice Watch News.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Alhamdulillah, like you rightly said, my name is Bawa. I schooled in Benue State, particularly my primary school was in Benue. My secondary school was also, substantial part of my secondary school was in Benue, or if not all. First of all, I finished from the CAC primary school, that is Christ African School in Makurdi. From there, I proceeded to Aliyu Jamal Memorial Arabic Secondary School, where I obtained my junior secondary school certificate. From there, I proceeded to Padopas Harmony Secondary School, Makurdi. And finally, I put in my first WAEC and JAM, NECO and WAEC at Community Secondary School and NKST Aledi, respectively. But finally, I resisted for the exams in Kano, and I got admission in 2005 at Aliyu College, College of Islamic and Legal Studies here in Kano, where I finished in the year 2008, and I put in for JAM in 2009, and I got admission in 2010 at Bawa University, Kano Faculty of Law, where I finished from Faculty of Law in the year 2014, and I got admission into the Nigerian Law School, particularly Abuja campus, and I was called to the bar in 2015. This is all I can say about my educational background. Originally, I'm from Kano, from Garko local government of Kano State, and I'm a private legal practitioner who is the PP of the Definite Age Consultants, an office street at Mugon Road or Audubabo Road, Kano, Nasarawa State here. And currently, as I said, I'm a private legal practitioner, also a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, Kano branch. And I had to say that I should mention some of the struggle so far made. Actually, I have a series of struggles to say, but I'll just limit it to some few political struggles that we have so far had in life. I can rightly say, right from primary school, I was in a leadership struggle, because when I was in primary 2, I was a class rep. Down to primary 5, I was also a class rep. Down to that primary 2, 3, 4, 5, I was a class rep. And I was a social prefect in primary 6. And when I joined GSS class at Aliyu Jamal Memorial Arabic College, Makurdi, I was also a class rep. And I held a position, but I cannot recall that particular position. And I proceeded to Padopas, also a social prefect. At the same time, I was a mayor of Muslim Student Society at that particular time. Beside that, when I joined the struggle in the Aliyu College of Islamic and Legal Studies, at the point I was a redemption president or chairman redemption chambers in the said tertiary institution. And at the university level, I did a lot of political struggle. I was coordinator for a number of people that emerged the LSS president. And I was one time a member of the electoral committee of that particular university. But I cannot recall the particular year in which I served as a member of that particular committee. And when I joined the Nigerian Law School, also I served as a CRC member. And we played a lot of political struggle in seeing that the choice candidate emerged the president.
Barrister, why did you choose the law profession among other choices?
Honestly, what informed my decision to become a lawyer is from the history I had from my late father, late Alhaji Sani Bawa, that once a time they had a case, because we were originally not indigenous of Benue, so they had a case, a particular white man connived with some people. They want to seize the family house we have in Makurdi. and that led to litigations, and they were defeated at High Court in Makurdi. At that time, he was saying there was no any appeal call except you go down to Jos. So the processes of the appeal and the processes they went through at the High Court, it was really tormenting. That their father really suffered because he was like a secretary to his late father too. So they really suffered a lot, and they had a lot of challenges because they are laymen in the field. So I don't want to say. He felt so sad about the profession, and he was like telling me that he wished if any of his son can go in that direction so that he can bring positive change in the administration of justice. So even himself in particular, he was telling me there was a point in time he went to the bank and borrowed some money and invested in transport business. And the consideration he received, he has paid more than 10 times of that consideration, but he was not able to offset the interest that was accumulating because they manipulated the process. He has to go to court. There are a lot of legal tussles. In fact, he had a lot of issues because we have less, very, very, very less, if not all, that we have less Muslims lawyers at even that time. So they have to even recommend a lady who just had a degree in the UK. She came back to Nigeria. He was informed about her. She was in Port Harcourt. He has to go and engage her. So he spent a lot of money, even though at the end of the day he was victorious as a case, but the damage has already happened to it. So these two issues informed me that I should join the systems and see how I can put my own contributions in the smoothing the systems towards better justice.
You have acquired lots and lots of experiences in the justice system of Nigeria. What can you say about the criminal justice system in Kano State, particularly?
To some extent, there's some development, but in a nutshell, one can see the law favor more, that is the defendant, initially called the accused, because there are certain provisions in the sections which confer a lot of protections to the defendants. Actually, the legal profession is a challenging profession. It is a challenging profession because it's the only profession I know somebody who born you can meet with him in court. You'll be saying A and you will say no, it is Z. You'll be submitting on one hand, you'll be submitting on the other hand. So it's argumentative. So being argumentative is prone to a lot of challenges. One has to be very firm. One has to be a very good discussant or presenter, if I may put it this way. So there are a lot of, you have to be very creative because most of the things are not learned in the books because you are representing the client. Imagine you representing a client as a young lawyer meeting a very senior lawyer on the other side. So if you are not brave and smart and very composed, you find it very difficult to articulate the case of your client before the court.
The law profession is a Herculean job. How do you squeeze out time to meet up with your family's day-to-day activities?
Any lawyer who is very active in the practice, to some extent, if you find out, you see he has to pacify and find a strategic way of calming his family because before you go home, the brain is already saturated, a lot of tiredness. So once in a blue moon that you have a very concentrated time for your family. So alhamdulillah, the family in most cases they are understanding the situation because they know the nature of the job you are doing.
Finally, what are your calls to your learned colleagues in this profession?
I will call on my fellow colleagues and the entire society at large that we should always look at the concept justice in a very wider perception because there's no way society can live smoothly without compliance with the doctrine of justice. And whatever we are doing, we should do it in a just and fair manner, regardless of who is involved. I think that's what I can say. Once there is justice, there is peace. But once there is misconceptions about justice or misapplications of justice, there is no way society can live in peace.